Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to come out quick. Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
Hey guys, what's going on? Bringing you the Silent Cartographer. This is one of only 2 missions where you start off in right in the middle of the battle. The next 2 levels, Assault in the Control Room is the other. I recommend taking out the grunts as soon as possible. As you can see, a couple of them threw grenades. That's kind of a bad grenade, but take out the grunts first. Your life will be a lot easier. Trust me on that. Again, there's a 3rd grenade. You can hear a Marine die. And then mop up the elites. My shields are low, but the Marines are going to push on anyway, so that's unfortunate. One of those Marines is just getting hammered. Please be a good grenade. I think the grenade does end up killing the jackals. So utilize your grenades. The elites in this game are highly intelligent. If one of them has their shields down, ooh, and I couldn't save that Marine. If one of them has their shields down, they will take cover, and the other elite will start attacking you.
Area secure.
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound. Somebody order a warthog. You know our motto. We deliver.
So yeah, that first part is really the probably the toughest part of this map. I only saved 1 Marine, and that 1 Marine has only 3 health, so just as a little heads up too, I am going to fast forward through several parts of this mission, just trying to save on a little bit of time here. There's a lot of parts in this where you're either driving a warthog for a minute or 2 at a time, or you're walking around quite a bit. So just to again save on some time, I do fast forward a little bit. But yeah, if you can make it out of that first part, you do really need at least 1 Marine. But even for somebody that's not like an expert at the game, you can make it through the rest of this level without a gunner. As you could well imagine, like with my gunner having 3 health, he is going to die pretty soon. So, but for the time being, it is definitely much more helpful than harmful to have a Marine in your gunner, because otherwise I got to take out every single one of these guys by hand. Just tedious. Again, not impossible, but tedious. I do only have 1 blooper, which came actually from the opening of this, where you're coming down from the dropship. It is kind of a funny death. I don't actually die. Just take a look at it and see how a Marine dies. So again, I'm playing right now with this Marine very conservatively. I want to save him as long as I can. Just saves time and is so much easier. You heard, yep, I am so glad that grunt threw the grenade at me as opposed to my Marine. Because that Marine is a complete sitting duck. So take out the jackals first. They'll just be less annoying for the future. So that was kind of a fail, but at least I redeemed myself. So yeah, otherwise, as you can see, that jackal's moving upward. They go to the top platform, so if you skip them, it'll just be a little bit more of a hassle later on. But anytime you're in this area, I always utilize this cave off to the side. There'll be hunters in this area later on, do the same thing. It's just a little bit more conspicuous, and you won't be noticed as much. And right here, I am an idiot and kind of get my yeah, not the greatest driver. But I just needed to hightail it out of there and make sure I didn't die. But yep, no more Marine here. So now I just got to do the hard work myself. Not the end of the world, but again, a little bit more tedious. And so at this point, I don't know how many enemies that are still alive. I know I ran over quite a bit, at least 2 elites and a grunt, I think. But there could be, you know, still 7, 8, 9 guys here, so I do want to take out as many from long range as I can. Ooh, didn't quite set it up. I tried to slide my warthog into a nice position where I could just start shooting, but now it is time. Just take him out. Very consistent, you know. Plasma pistol, plasma grenade combo. Very good against elites. Got 2 of them now, so it's going to be a little bit tougher. Yeah, and then I actually missed both elites with that plasma pistol there, but for whatever reason, one of the elites didn't dodge, so he went flying. There we go. Got another one down. So now I just need to find a plasma pistol. He survived that. I'm pretty sure he got stuck. He must not have, because he survived that. But I need a plasma pistol. I have full plasma grenades. And then this part, you can actually fit through there before time runs out, or before they shut it and lock it, but I didn't even bother doing that.
Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo subsystems. They've locked the doors. We don't have enough firepower to get through.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to push your way into the facility to find you. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. Failure, people, is not an option.
Echo 419 to ground team. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant members.
Second squad, ready to roll. As soon as everybody's topside. No season secured, sir. Nothing moving. Good luck. Keys out.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island. We need to find the security override to get the door open.
Alright, so I did not do very well jumping off that cliff. You can, I think I only killed like 2 jackals, but you can, with a good run, I needed to be a little bit more off to the right. But with a good run, you probably can wipe out at least 5. And this warthog is right in my way, so that's kind of annoying, so I'm just going to jump up to this front one, take out as many enemies as I can, maybe reposition it once I feel like there's not very many enemies. I'll probably just eliminate the rest of them by hand. So that health pack actually kind of took me by surprise. I was looking for more enemies, so again, kind of took me by surprise. But yeah, just make sure you don't get EMP'd too often. Obviously, in this level, it's bound to happen because there's so many jackals. But just, you know, EMP them and take them out with either your pistol, or again, a lot of the times I'll just, you know, take them out with a plasma pistol, take out their shield with a plasma pistol and just keep using plasma pistol ammo. Again, plasma pistol is the primary weapon on Legendary, in my opinion, throughout most missions here. So this guy's a little annoying, but I've noticed there's nobody else, so I'm just going to go up to him. It's one-on-one. One-on-one with the Red Elite should not be too much of a problem. There are basically two small waves of enemies in this area, but they do have better position. They have the high ground, in other words. Not just a Star Wars reference, but it's legitimately like they have the advantage. There's a little bit of that in the last mission, Truth and Reconciliation. I would shoot around or like above the ground, yet it still shoot the ground. That's going on a little bit there with that tree. Like I'm shooting past the tree, but the tree extends farther than what it's supposed to extend. Right there. So at this point I'm just taking out the grunts as best I can, and then saving the Elite for last. So again, had I not picked up that health pack, this would be so much better, because it would be more worth that health pack. But at the same time, there are a lot of health packs in this level, so you really, you don't really need to play super conservative. You should be fine, unless you're taking a ton of damage and losing a ton of health. You know, by the 4th mission, you should kind of catch on to Legendary, just the difficulty of it if you haven't already. If you haven't noticed the difference between, you know, my level 2, I was just clearly not warmed up in this game, but I feel a little bit better after Silent Cartographer here, especially because again I went through this mission and didn't die. It's probably, I'd say there's 3 missions that if you're more of a noob like I am, or just a mediocre player, there's probably 3 missions where you could not die in. I think this is one of them. Pillar of Autumn is by far the easiest mission, but if you don't end up dying, my top 3 guesses would be, you know, Pillar of Autumn, this level, and then 343 Guilty Spark. With actually this level probably being the 3rd easiest. But what do you guys think? So notice that I actually skipped the overshield here. These jackals, no matter how good you are, there's just not a ton of cover, and there are a lot of jackals. So more than likely you're going to get EMP'd. I just decide, you know, hey, even though there's 2 of them right there, it's not even worth it. I could always use the second one later on at another point, if needed. Oof. Yeah, so that's kind of annoying. Again, I think that, you know, what's going through my brain is I got 2 shots right in his chest. Same thing with this one. 4 shots and he didn't die. So yeah, those jackals can be very tough. They can be pretty durable. There we go, that was one of them that I had just been shooting at. You also don't need to go super conservative on the pistol ammo quite yet. At the beginning, you saw that I almost actually ran out of pistol ammo at the very beginning, but there's some pistol ammo back there. Where the other health packs are. So I am going to take out, I'm going to pick up a overshield right now. I'm going to take out the enemies, and then I'm going to come back for ammo and the health pack. There we go. Or maybe do a little bit of both. Yep, 2 health packs, so I can pick up one now. Probably what I probably should have done is just waited if I wanted to save time, because I only had lost, what, 1 or 2 health bars, so nothing that I can't handle. Again, kind of a standard, take out grunts, as many grunts as you can. The elite's actually getting in my way, which is kind of annoying. But take out as many grunts as you can, and then go for the elite. One or two pretty well placed grenades will take out the jackals to the right there. But I don't blame you if you also want to save some grenades too. I just missed him. There we go. I think I might have taken them all out with that. Oof. Yeah, I'm a little too far away. Even blue elites can dodge some of those. So there we go. Yeah, it wasn't too hard of a dodge for him either. Yeah, eventually I'm just like, screw it. Well, the game told me to screw it. Definitely want to watch out for him. Yeah, I think that should have been the last jackal, and now he is running away for whatever reason, so pretty easy kill there. As long as you hit him. So there's, I think, 6 grunts down here. Shouldn't be too hard to mop up. Again, I don't even necessarily have to worry about my overshield, because you could always just go back and get the other one. Plus, there's 3 overshields, within 50 feet, just right around the corner there. I think I got 1 grunt left, or 2. 2 grunts. Yep, and there's you can. That's what's kind of screwy with this game. You think you're shooting right through something, and no go. Oh yeah, so in this run, I actually forgot to go back. I was going to actually pick up an assault rifle. I usually don't hit those very easily.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Alright, yep, so definitely pick up, or make sure you have either an assault rifle or plasma rifle. Because there is a lot of invisible elites, and those 2 weapons are by far the best against invisible elites. So you can actually... I'm hanging back a little bit for this, but you can actually go to the next set of pillars and still be safe. I will eventually do that, but I don't want to be overtaken by, what is it, 6? 6 invisible elites. Should have been a frag grenade there, but I think I'll switch here in a minute. I'm just waiting for them to pop out. I got at least 2 of them down. There we go. Yep, gotta be careful. Plasma rifle is killer on your overshields. Went from full overshield to nothing now. That was a pretty poor grenade. Did absolutely nothing. So this is a mostly safe spot. They can fire at you, but just pull out your pistol, and yeah, make an easy kill out of it. So 2 of them were right there. Again, you don't even have to move your pistol very far. So I wasn't quite sure if this was all of them. There we go, last one. Alright. So honestly, it's kind of a waste of time to go for these grunts. They don't really fire at you unless you just stand around right below them. So eventually I'm just like, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Make sure you have a pistol, but it doesn't really matter your secondary weapon, because I would, if I were you, pick up rockets. They're definitely useful in this game.
Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
So just avoid the jackals at this point too. It's easiest to run them over. And unfortunately, at some point here, I lose my overshield. I only go farther away just to kind of see where the jackals are at and see if I can get a better angle at hitting them both. In that case, I didn't, but got them relatively painlessly. And then there's 4 more jackals on the other side of this. So again, yeah, there it is. Again, those grunts, they did fire at me, but you know, they're far away. They shouldn't be able to really hit you. The jackals are what can hurt you a little bit more. So I'd recommend doing the pistol rockets combo, like I have here. I thought there was enough ammo for full rocket. Okay, that is the last time I fast forward through the video. I know that can kind of interrupt commentary and the flow of the game, but again, I just try to save some time. This is a 45-minute video. Even though it's kind of feels like a long mission because there's just a lot of pieces and there's a lot of hunters, 8 hunters, a lot of enemies. Oh, missed that one. It is actually kind of a quicker mission. Truth and Reconciliation took me over an hour, but this one, again, as long as you don't die, shouldn't take you too long. At this point, you really honestly could just forget about the jackals. I think they despawn if you were to forget about them, but I'm going to take them out here quick. This case I do kind of regret it because I lose a little bit of health there. It's not like I lost an overshield. You can actually go down. Again, I had recommended skipping the overshield, which is down below on the beach there, but you know, feel free to grab it if you feel like you need it. There's not anything overly hard on the way or down in the base here, except for the way up. There is one part that gets kind of frustrating, but I recommend doing what I'm doing here, you know, moving the warthog around to face the front. All those invisible elites, I kind of put it at an angle too, so when I hop out, I can easily take cover. I wanted it in kind of a specific location, but it shouldn't be too hard either way, taking out those invisible elites. So doors are open. Pick up some, you know, plasma grenades if you need them. And then check out this scene. So I kid you not, there are some pretty sweet grenade jumps. Please look up some Halo 1 legendary speedruns. There are some pretty sick grenade jumps in this level. So I'm just trying to look and see where every enemy's at. I know most of the grunts are sleeping, but I kind of got caught in the open here. Saves a little bit of time if you can kill some of the sleeping grunts while they sleep. But nonetheless, it's just a bunch of grunts in Elite. Shouldn't be too much to handle. And honestly, yeah, I'm going to save myself some pistol ammo and save myself some rockets here. This is a little bit of... I don't know why I did this way. Like I had mentioned before, I will, sometimes carry, basically, quote-unquote, carry 3 weapons throughout an area just by doing that. But honestly, it was a little bit of an overkill. I mean, I could have just picked up the rockets down there and kept them down there, but whatever. So I really want to make sure all the grunts are dead first. I know there's at least 3 on my radar still. Yeah, so I'm still playing kind of conservatively there. Didn't want to lose any more health. And actually what I'm probably seeing on the radar are there's jackals that'll eventually come. That's probably them. Yep. That was easy. So keep either a plasma pistol or plasma rifle. See how many you can destroy. Unfortunately, I only got 1 there. Because he moved forward, but... Nothing. No luck. I don't know where that grenade went. It must have gone off the edge. But yeah, I ended up using a couple of plasma grenades. There are several grunts around the area here, so it shouldn't have been too much of a big deal. I will utilize grenades quite a bit in this level, especially with jackals. I mean, they're just can be so tough to take out, especially when you have the combination of plasma pistol and rocket launcher. Or sorry, regular pistol and rocket launcher. So again, as you saw, I do not have the rockets right now. Or, well, sorry, I do have the rockets, but I'm going to quickly switch it out here. Maybe. There we go. Just definitely make sure you do not throw the rockets off the ledge. So that's really the primary reason why I didn't switch between those weapons while walking. He was in rapid fire. That was kind of annoying. Again, you gotta love it when jackals and elites yell at you when they first see you. Or if you've rounded a corner and they see you. So I'm just looking to see if there are any more jackals across the way. I don't want to walk all the way over there if I don't have to, but guess I will just check it out. Yep, and there's nothing. So a couple more hunters, kind of waiting for the right moment. Perfect. Missed him. Pulled the trigger a little late. So got a checkpoint, and you still see enemies below you on the radar. So definitely don't forget about the rockets. Go back and get those. It does slow the game down, and if you have enough skill, it's really not necessary to basically be carrying 3 weapons. But again, I don't have a ton of ton of skill for the game, and I'm more, again, I like to play more efficiently, so I like to play, the pistol and the rockets are my primary weapons, so I try to conserve the ammo for those.
Full hammer to ground teams. You've got 2 enemy dropships coming in fast.
Damn it. Okay, people, we got company coming. Let's set the table. Engage enemy forces on site.
It'll be easier to hold them off from inside the structure. Can you get inside?
Negative. They're closing in too fast. Negative. Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Give him hell, Marine.
We'll be in a tight spot if we don't get out of here before additional reinforcements arrive. Let's find that map.
So I really apologize for this section. I didn't quite remember which door it was. So I'm wandering around here aimlessly. I would fast forward it through this, but I didn't want to ignore the audio, and finally found it. Need to find the invisibility, and you have really 3 enemies that you want to take out for sure. So just follow this path that I'm going down. You can kill some of the grunts. But again, the primary target, and you should have enough time, so honestly I should have been taking the time to kill the grunts. Get that elite, and then these 2 elites back here for sure, and you'll be fine. So that guy didn't react.
There. That hollow panel should activate the map.
So now you can go kill some of those grunts. I probably should have picked up the overshield, and again, most of these grunts should have been dead by now. I really should have taken the time to kill them, especially because now I'm in kind of a little bit of a world of hurt. But I didn't pick up the overshield. Oh, where am I aiming? I didn't pick up the overshield because I knew some of these grunts would give me damage, and actually I end up forgetting to go back and getting the overshield. Doesn't really matter. There's not any serious battles where an overshield would be majorly beneficial. Just a few jackals right next. I don't actually know where these 3 grunts come from, if they spawn or if they run down there, but
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain Keys.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Affirmative. Full hammer out.
So yep, I did actually pick up the overshield, obviously, and I know some jackals are coming up here, so save my rockets, save my pistol ammo. Besides, the plasma pistol is a whole lot better. There we go, took out several. Try to get him. I know there's a couple more that'll come down. At least one more. Yep, there we go. Alright, and oh, there's still one more. And at this point, you can either go back for the rockets or pick up the or keep the plasma pistol. It'd actually be beneficial to do both. So I mean, there's a bunch of plasma pistols sitting there anyway. But both the rockets and plasma pistol will be useful in this next section. I actually don't do it very well, but this is probably in my opinion, the second toughest section. Just because there's a bunch of enemies off to that ledge. Yep, their jackals are coming out, and then there's a bunch of grunts and an elite right above you. So yeah, that grenade did absolutely nothing. It fell short. Nobody there. A very well-placed grenade, and that one was another fail. But a very well-placed grenade would be very helpful in this part. So again, I massively struggle. I don't think I've killed a single jackal yet, or maybe I got one. but wasted 2 grenades, and now I'm about to use a rocket, which again, you know, I don't need to really save a ton on, but look at that. The rocket had to have hit that jackal directly. Like, there's no other explanation for that. I don't know what it would have hit, but that jackal survived, and there's one more, and there's one more. So at this point, I was so frustrated. Now I've lost half my health. None of my explosives are working. That's probably why this section... And where did he come from? That's annoying as crap. But if you can get those jackals taken care of... the grunt and the elite... There we go. Yep, the grunts and the elite will not actually be too much of a challenge. I don't want to use a rocket on, you know, obviously a single grunt. I just want to kind of get that elite out in the open so I know where he's at. That was the whole point of that grenade. There he is. Got kind of lucky there, actually. I thought that rocket was going to go through the little passage and hit the wall in the behind and not do anything, but it ended up at least killing a grunt. But yeah, you can move ahead. That elite's actually didn't even see me, so that's good, and everything now is dead. There is some should be some pistol ammo coming up on the floor above. That is really, I feel like, the last toughest part. There are, of course, again, invisible elites coming up at the tail end, which can be difficult, but, you know, use the warthog and you should be fine. Woo! You got some air. So a bunch of jackals coming up. Doesn't really matter what weapon I drop, because I'm going to use the plasma pistol the whole time. And really, I'm kind of just baiting them down. It's a much better angle. Again, they have the high ground, so it's a much better angle to get them this way. Plus, you got cover, of course. And very good cover, too, because jackals are left-handed. So they're firing at the wall, as opposed to firing at you. So really, honestly, at this point, you could ditch the rocket launcher. I mean, I don't think I use the rocket launcher anymore. Or wait, yes, I do shoot a rocket one more time. I still got at least half my rockets available. And you may want to keep the rocket launcher mostly for the jackals. Right now I do recommend just getting to this corner ASAP, because you're going to get fired from the group that's to the far right. There's a little bit of cover over here. Just kind of play smart. Oh, I guess I use a rocket more than once. So I know I use a rocket coming up here. But I'm going to take out some more. Well, I did pick up that plasma pistol knowing there's an elite over here. But I decided to go a different route. That's kind of annoying. Again, one of those needlers that hits you as you're rounding a corner. Oh, that jackal, or that grunt right there looked like it was just a dead body on the wall. Where on earth did he come from? That took me big time by surprise. But there's still health back here. Again, this level has 1,000,000 health packs, so you should be fine. Music in this level is kind of sweet. Well, that's a fail. That's another fail. So again, a rocket hit right next to at least two jackals. I think there's a third one without a shield, and did nothing. So just kind of, you know, learn from what I'm doing, and maybe try something different. Or just, you know, be aware that a lot of these explosives from across rooms can end up doing nothing. But kind of like Truth and Reconciliation, the game is just one enemy at a time. That's kind of annoying. You can't really sidestep these because otherwise you'll probably fall off the edge. And I don't want to push out quite yet to the... Where I would go is to the left. Well, that was kind of a dumb jackal. Where I would go is to the left, but I want to make sure there's, you know, not a huge bombardment of enemies. Especially because those jackals are now moving to where I want to go. And, you know, if most of my shields are taken down, I don't want to be facing a jackal. Even one-on-one, I know I'll lose some health, but it's basically the end of the mission, so you shouldn't have to worry too much. Again, feel free to go grenade happy, or well, go both grenade happy and rocket happy. This is another part where I got a little confused, because I know there's supposed to be a passageway. And for whatever reason, I could not see the door that was right there. Like, it was clear as day right there. I don't actually know this level very well, so some of this area I'm a little confused on. Like, I didn't even know there's that passageway down there, that little tunnel that went downward until right there. But clearly I'm a blind idiot and cannot see. I'm all sorts of confused right now, and I don't know why. There we go. But you got that elite with the sword coming up here. You could take him out in a number of different ways. Plasma pistol grenade is what I choose. You could use rockets. You could use, again, these elites are actually pretty weak once they lose their shield, so you could take out his shield and, you know, 5 or 6 plasma pistol hits and you're good to go.
Cortana to Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Roger, on my way.
So 2 things. I did pause down there at the bottom, and I looked down here several times. I have had invisible elites spawn there, and in Hokiebird's walkthrough, he also had some one of them spawn down there. The other thing is, Echo 419 says she's on her way, and then just appears like literally 5 seconds later. Like, that is some good service. So just, if you are low on shield, or, you know, lost all your shield, I pick up a plasma pistol or plasma rifle just in case. But if you are low on shield, just hop out, hang around the corner, you should be fine, and finish the mission.
Let's get moving. Hammer. Here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on for money, Cortana. This pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Hammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
So again, only one blooper, but it is kind of a funny one. Right away at the beginning here, battling some of these elites, jackals. Got an elite right in front of me. I miss that. I charge it again. Hit my Marine in the back, killing him, and then oops, kill another Marine. So that's real pretty. I think that was my last Marine, and I got 2 health, so I didn't die, but I didn't want to move on with no Marines and just 2 health. So thank you so much for watching. Join me next time with Assault on the Control Room.